Hey everyone, it's Sunny here from the Impact team. Today's date is the 20th of the 12th of the 12th, and in this tutorial we will be teaching you how to use the monthly wage info sheet, which we send you. And obviously you need to be uploading this document on a monthly basis into your Evernote account. But don't worry about that too much, and don't worry about potentially forgetting to do this, because our bookkeeping team will be on top of this for you. They will send you an email monthly in regards to making sure this document is completed and uploaded into your Evernote account. Also monthly, in that email which is sent out monthly, they do ask for other documents, for example, bank statements, but we don't have to worry too much about that anyway. The first thing you will notice about this document is that the tabs down the bottom here range from July all the way to June, and that's obviously the financial year. You will notice that there is color coding involved, which is light blue, green, and light purple. You cannot fill in the green boxes at all, but you can fill in the light blue and the light purple boxes. Okay, so in our previous tutorial, we taught you guys how to calculate the tax withheld and the net pay. Now, obviously, the link, which is over here, is the ATO calculator, which we showed you in that video as well. So I'll bring it up now. And as you can see, all the boxes need to be checked off to best suit your employee situation, and then a weekly amount needs to be put into here. So for example, we'll put 3,000 and hit calculate. This person's clearly on a pretty good arrangement with his employer. Okay, and you will see straight away tax withheld $924 and net pay is $2,076. Now, if we go to our wage info sheet, we will notice there's two sides to this. This side of the right side of the wage info sheet needs to be filled in. So, let's start off with December, because we're in December currently. Let's say, for instance, that our employee earns $3,000, which is what we put here, in the first week of their employment. So net pay is $2,076 and tax withheld is $924. Oops. Cool, that works out. Great. The next week, they might not be paid the same. They might not be paid $3,000. Let's say, for instance, they earned, we'll go 2,800. It calculates. Of course, we tick off all those boxes and make sure we've correctly put in those details. And we notice tax withheld is $847. And net pay is $1,953. Okay. What you will notice is, let's put Mary in here. Mary, there we go. We've entered the name, so the name's automatically been put here. And these numbers are automatically being added up into the green cells here. So we'll make up the rest. Let's just say 2,700, let's say 567, 3,219, 678. Okay. So once you've filled in the weekly net pay and tax withheld, you'll notice that these boxes have been filled in. And that is all you are required to do at this stage. The next stage is down here, which we'll zoom into now. Okay. So this is all for employee 1, who is Mary Whitten. You are required by us to, and this is optional, but if you are able to do this, it allows us to get a greater insight into your business, and it enhances our reporting, which ultimately is of benefit to you. So I recommend you do this. So you have to tick if your employee is relating to, if your employee's work is relating to direct labor or indirect labor, or maybe a mixture of both. So I provided a couple of examples of what each of those means, so I'll just read it out to you quickly. Direct labor, there is a sufficient nexus between the employee and the product, i.e. the employee directly contributes to the product. So, as an example, this would be a hairdresser performing haircuts. They have a direct, they directly contribute to the product. The nexus is there. And indirect labor will be an employee who doesn't directly contribute to the product. So, an admin assistant or an accountant. Kind of, you can almost think of it as background work or back office work. Now, if you have a, let's say you have an employee who performs both direct and indirect labor for you. So let's say a personal assistant who sometimes does administrative work and sometimes goes off and performs haircuts, let's say. And it's a hairdressing business. So you have to, in this case, allocate roughly speaking, of course, the percentage for which that employee contributes to each of these categories here. So, for example, let's say we are talking about a hairdresser who multitasks between her bookkeeping and hairdressing. So we will hit yes for direct labor, we will hit yes for indirect labor, and we will allocate a percentage. So for the majority of the time, we figure that she is hairdressing, so we will estimate at, let's say, 80%. And for indirect labor, obviously, the remaining is 20%. That's all that is required. Now, if she was purely a hairdresser and didn't do any indirect labor, so she wasn't doing any admin work whatsoever, we'd simply get rid of this, put 100% into here. That's all that's required. You have to do this for each of your employees. We've catered for 3 employees here on this sheet. If you have more than 3 employees, we of course will have this all set up for you so that you can fill it out as quickly as possible and won't need to go ahead and create your other employees. But essentially, that is the process. That is the process to filling out this sheet. Now, once you've filled out the sheet, you need to upload it into Evernote. And I will be showing you just what to do in regards to that in a later video. Thank you.